Morning everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to another trade recap on our live FTMO 100k account, and also we've got our trade copier running for our FTMO 100k challenge as well. Give the double up. Took a trade yesterday. I'm aware it was actually NFP yesterday, and it's almost like I didn't want to trade yesterday because price action can be a bit strange on the mornings of NFP. It's kind of like saving the volume for the afternoon or something. I don't know, just in the past I've just seen price act a bit, but this was the age, it's jumping out, staring at me in the face, and you gotta pull the trigger when the target's up. So happy to take this trade. Not so happy that it was a loss, unfortunately. I apologise that we've taken a few hits recently. I hope these trade recaps are still educational and benefits everyone watching. Next one will be a winner, alright? Just like that. So yeah, what was jumping out at me on this one? Let's have a little look. I'm going to mark the low of the 15-minute time frame because as per this is the next day, so the candles would have been bit different, and I actually take this trade starting from the weekly analysis. Yeah, still got notes, sweet. So yeah, we're demand serving on the weekly. Yeah, we're going long. Swing structure, range structure, everything's looking long. We have tapped into this strong level of supply, but it's also failed to break anything, and this level of demand's holding. We are like trickling up. We've got a few dojis and a lot of kind of indecision been going on the last few weeks. Not to get into the economic side of things, but obviously with today is the beginning of April, and all this stuff going on about the US dollar being no more and BRICS and all that kind of good jazz. But at the end of the day, the market's moving, the edges, the setups are there, so we're trading. So we're bullish on the weekly. On the daily, what I was going to look here, was because this has failed to break anything yet, and we've been sweeping liquidity, this is still a weak high. So looking like we could get swept, maybe go deeper into this point of interest at least, if not break it. Anyway, long on a weekly. Daily. Let's just look at the ranges. So again, on the daily, we've got swing structure and range structure, bullish. And even though we're in this level of supply here, which has broken a few levels of demand, but again, this is the one what's stacked with the weekly level of demand. Failed to break it. Had a nice sweep down here, and then we've been pushing up ever since. Look, that's some good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of bullish action. There's a lot of demand going on right now, and I'm still seeing this as like a bit of a weak high, because even though it's broken the substructure levels of demand, it hasn't broken this strong level of demand. And I'm favouring longs. It's also not the cleanest of supply order flow, and I think we've got something deeper up here at least to come up to see. That's again stacked in the weekly. It's like the first tap within the POI is liquidity. Time frames are fractal. We also look at this. We look at that more in the lower time frames, but happens on the higher time frames too. We're in a level of demand where come down, swept loads of liquidity. Oops, wrong line. Sorry, I'm getting a toolbar up here. Swept this liquidity. Here, and we're broken up, and we're coming back into this sell to buy. That broke this swing high here, caused a new demand range, created a new point of interest. I was happy to carry on looking for longs. It says on the daily, 4 hour, we actually get a demand to supply range flip to go short, but only just. You know what I mean? Like, just. So because that's an inside bar. Still bullish swing structure This is the liquidity we expect on the daily, and it's obviously more apparent and clearer on the 4 hour. Yeah, point of interest wise, this flipped pretty strong level of supply, which we've been tested, failed, tested, came down, swept, failed to break a new low. See, really looking at this here, this is actually inducement to go long. Maybe that's what we're looking at. I did have this one marked out, and it's nice in the 15 minute. There's not much higher time frame flip inducement, and there wasn't really much clean 15 minute flip inducement either. It was more that I was seeing with sweeping liquidity, and I actually entered this with one of our checklists being that we've got flip inducement. I used the 1 minute, and that is something, again, I'm tapping on maybe that's not enough liquidity, that's not enough fuel to get our 1 to 5s. Because we do react to this trade, maybe that is the fuel we got from the 1 minute flip inducement, but maybe we really need to say we want 15 minute or higher flip inducement, which is our fuel, which is our liquidity, our orders, our manipulation, whatever you want to call it, to push in our favour. So yeah, we've got no daily flip inducement, no 4 hour flip inducement. If we come down to this one, we still got the whole pro trend set up, then that will be the flip inducement. If we get our energy model here, like next week or sometime this month, I'll be still looking for longs. I like the higher time frame idea of longs. Again, people can say we're looking at here. I'm not going to get into economics. This is trade recap. Shut up, Martin. Right. Excuse me. So, are we serving from a range or POI that created a flip by time frame? Excuse me. Daily, 4 hour. This is like continuation. You know what I mean? It's a point of interest that created a flip, has already been tapped, but we're reacting from it. Ideally I would have liked to take a trade down here. Maybe that's the kind of clean. That's another thing to look at. Maybe we've already missed the reaction of this point of interest. Yeah, like something down here would have been sweet. It was yesterday's New York session, was it? As I said, I'm breaking these trades down myself. Right, 15 minutes. Things were looking pretty nice. Don't need that anymore. See how there's not much 15 minute flip inducement. You've got maybe a bit of inducement. We've got liquidity. And what I really like about this is a very clean Asian sweep, tap and go. And it's very nice in the 1 minute and the pro trend, and it still makes sense in the 15 minute. So yeah, I'll take this trade all day long again. It's nice. So 15 minute, I was serving from a point of interest that created a 15 minute flip above. Yeah, this is supply. Maybe this is a bit of a substructure. Flip. Yeah, broke stuff though. Swept loads of liquidity. Mitigated nice demand order flow. Came up. Broke. Yeah, this isn't the strongest level of supply though, is it? Because it hasn't actually broken any strong level of demand. This is stub structure. Funny when you look at trades hindsight, isn't it? And you've got no attachment to it. As I said, these trades are more for my kind of breakdown analysis as well. It's good to every trade you take to just go back over it with a fresh set of eyes next day. Just, it's stuff to be learned. Sometimes you learn the same mistake like 20 times before it actually kicks in. But yeah, it's caused a flip anyway. Serving from an area that swept liquidity. Yeah, as it says, swept shitloads of liquidity. There's something what I like. Yeah, when our test, right, also sweeps liquidity. So if this supply was to continue, right, it swept liquidity, so it's got fuel as well, and it still failed. Yeah, so it's kind of like, well, that supply is definitely not having it. And instead, it's just swept this liquidity and broken through. So I'm like, well, demand's serving. It's serving on the daily, serving on the weekly, the daily, 4 hour, and we're not really seeing supply follow through. Now demand's breaking. This ain't strong enough because it hasn't. Was I saying it flipped that? Yeah, so I saw that supply as what's it flipped, no level for strong demand. But then, you know, nor is this really. Yeah, live and learn, eh? Live and learn. Anywho, so sort of liquidity, create a flip. Right. Add this point of interest down. Let's get to the 1 minute. See, that's just a tease, isn't it? I was like, saw that. As I said, I wasn't that keen on trading today because it's the morning of NFP. But when you see that smashing V-shaped recovery, flip, shock, all the good stuff, and Asian sweep, pro trend, I was like, oh, you bastard, got to trade. And then I saw this, swept this nice bit of inducement. What we're doing. Just for the fun of it, it was nice in the 5 seconds as well. See these like flips, mitigation, break, flip, inducement, mitigates with that. A nice flip, inducement, and that's what we're mitigating now. I thought there's nothing really below us to mitigate. That's like the last kind of, you know, thing to be mitigated, and we've got a great reaction from it. Hang on, I'm just going to pause to get back to where we are. So yeah, we've tapped that little last mitigation possibility on our 15-minute point of interest that caused that flip, being a substructure flip. Yeah. And we got this. I was like, wow, I'm going to just do the trade markups. Put that as my flip inducement. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think we need higher time frame flip inducement, not just 1 minute. I've had it down as do we have flip inducement on the 1 minute, 15-minute and or higher time frame. But I think just 1 minute isn't enough fuel. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But yeah, we had a little point of interest underneath this flip inducement. Chalk wanted this low covered. We've had this big push. I was like, come on, Chavy. It's one of those, if this went and I didn't enter it because I was worried about NFP or I was worried about the economics or news or whatever, but this is the edge, then I'll be like, well, you're kind of blowing your probabilities here. And I was liking all this. It was just building so much liquidity as well. There's a lot of fake outs going on. Yeah, imagine it was there. I saw this, I still didn't enter because that kind of pushed up and was trickling down. I was like, nah, because that's the inducement, you know. And I was waiting, I want my flip inducement to be swept. If I went from here, then I'm going across the edge here and I can tick that off, you know, because I've got no flip inducement anywhere. I've got to have it at least in the 1 minute. So I was looking at this, and when I saw that big push, I thought, oh, it's going to go from the decisional, because that really just went, you know. And I was like, oh, nips. But it didn't. It came down. Yeah, I got a real lovely feel, because I did have this at 3.5 there, 135, and it was this smack in there. I don't know how I got filled up there. Obviously, TradingView moved a bit quicker than the broker did, but I was happy because I still covered the low. It was all good. I had a 2.5 stop loss as well, which was nice. Probably less volume in the market because it's pre-NFP, so we can actually get a bit of a bigger stop. But yeah, got the fill, and we did get a reaction, which was good. Looking like we're doing alright at this point. I thought, sweet, this has been mitigated, swept liquidity. We're now breaking and flipping some 1 minute levels of supply, pushing long. What time was it? 9:01, 139. 139, stop loss is 114, and my take profit I had set as 264, which is our 1 to 5, which is a priority trend. And yeah, I was set, I was done. 9:30, playing a bit of guitar, chilling. And she had other ideas. And I actually saw this as well. I thought, nah, maybe I should have had a slightly bigger stop loss. If I had the better feel, I'd still be in here. I was like, shit, is she going to go again? I was almost happy to see that, because I was like, doesn't matter what. I haven't choked the stop loss there. This whole kind of trade idea is probably failing now. Yeah, I'm at the beach now. I've gone to the spa, I've done whatever, chilled. So she does actually push off a bit. Oh, I would never have made a 1 to 5 anyway. So yeah, the trade, the higher time frame idea is not quite right there. Yeah, we flipped through that. This is NFP by the looks of it. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the market. Should we just see what this has reacted off? I had that marked down. Oh, look at that little cheeky bugger. What's that? Oh, that's a lesson from the other weekend. Great. So this is what flipped a strong level of. Where are we? Flip inducement. It swept the inducement. Intriguing. Yeah. Also, I've got nicer stuff marked out down here. Anyway, let's not get into all this. This is for next week. So yeah, that was that. Obviously a little bit in the minus now, and there was a bit, I've had a nice little bit of clarity and reorg this morning on my sunrise walk on the beach. Just like, am I pushing trades a little bit, because be wary of when you're taking a challenge at the same time as trading a live account, because your challenge has a time deadline to it. Your live account doesn't. I mean, there's no rush to take these trades. Yeah, I think this is something I'm going to tweak and adjust and have a look at into as well, of higher time frame flip inducement to be more secure, more fuel. I think that's the thing I can take away from this trade. Probably the 4 hour point of interest I call with the flip has already been mitigated. You want to be entering from here. So there's a couple of things to walk away from this trade. I think I got suckered into the 1 minute here, and the Asian sweep, and the pro trend. This could have gone. Again, is it the morning of the NFP and price action's acting a bit abnormal? I don't know. Still getting into that. Yeah. Yeah. Mental notes takeaway. There is also a big point of I need money. I'm in debt. Last few pennies, living pretty cheap off bowls of oats and just chilling. Very, very grateful that I'm living in Bali and my life is cheap and easy, and I've got the beach to keep me happy, and a kettlebell in the garden, and a dog to walk, and I love this fucking life. It's better than Iraq. This is all over it. But there is a point in me where I'm like, I want money and I want to pay off debt to friends who will lend me some coin, and yeah, maybe forcing trades a little bit, and challenge. And at the end of the day, like, I'm not that. Like, I would love to get the double up to 200k on a live account, but 100k live account. I was thinking this morning, like, that's fucking awesome. Stoked with that. That's like, if you're making a good month, let's say you're making 10% a month, that's like £8 a month. That's almost double, just under double of what I was making in Iraq. You know, I was living in Bali, did a couple of hours of work each afternoon, and living this awesome life. Don't know if there's anybody else out there who can relate to this, but I'm very like, once I hit something, I'm on to the next. Once I hit that, I'm on to the next. Like, and you've got to like sit and actually enjoy and realise what hard work is getting to you. You know, has provided you. Like, worked fucking hard with trading, and it's given me this lifestyle. And you know, I've got to kind of not rush on to the next thing too much and just enjoy trading when the age is there, and living off a fucking funded account, you know, rather than like, right, one funded account, let's get to the next, right, let's do the next, right, let's get out of Bali and go fucking skydive around the world or something. Plenty of time for all that good stuff. So I did hear something the other day which I can really relate to, and again, this is for people out there with a similar mindset at all. There's actually a real good book called Driven, which I'll recommend as well. But something I heard the other day was I've been known to feel a bit guilty for like looking back at things and think, fuck, I wish I actually like enjoyed that a bit more. Was more present with whatever I was doing at that time. You know, say for skydiving or something when I was in the States or anything. And they were like, yeah, but it's also one of those things you can actually look back at and enjoy. I mean, it's not like just because you're not doing it anymore, it's no longer to be enjoyed. Like, sometimes you're so caught up in the moment of enjoying it that you're not sitting there and being like, this is lovely. Like, fuck that. Sitting there thinking, this is lovely, it's for like let it down the track. But for now, it's be sat there and enjoyed. That made sense. It made sense in my head anyway. Don't know if I've explained it as well as a friend who explained it to me. Anyway, I don't know, just a bit of current thought process with all this. Anyway, enough of the losing trades. We'll get some winners on the go now, do some good trade recaps, and back on the road again. Cool. Anyway, guys, have a lovely weekend, if it's the weekend for you while you're watching this, because I know I'm making this miles before I'll actually post it. Anyway, I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to go and have a good weekend. See you later, guys. Have a good one.